let the players and we'll let them go.
Okay, thanks.
I thought that was a hell of a game between two really good teams. My hat's off to Virginia Tech. It's a lot of pressure when you're on that bubble. We've been there. I thought Ben Hammonds was outstanding in the second half, overtime. Made some big threes. They fought and fought and fought and fought and fought. But I just thought, our team was just so resilient. We've been like that probably for the last month where maybe we don't win every game, but we fight really hard. We had tremendous balance. We had like 7 guys in double figures, I think, or Omaha had 7 points on top of that. It was good to have Nate Calmise back. Juke wasn't getting his tonight, but everybody else, stepped up. And he didn't have to carry us, even though he made a big shot there in overtime, I think. I thought Miles got us off to a great start in overtime with a 3 and a 2. I always like to get the lead. And then Sebastian made some big-time free throws down the stretch. Miles made some free throws. Trey. It was just a really good team effort.
Questions to the players first. Raise your hand. Let us get the mic to you. Who has the first one?
Connor O'Neill with Deacons Illustrated. Miles, what did you see on the first 2 possessions of overtime?
I think it was just, the layup. It was, the clock was winding down. And I think that we rotated. We got the ball to both sides of the court. I think that was the emphasis for us. Obviously we were scoring the ball at ease when we moved the ball both sides of the floor. So I think that was big for us. And attack got downhill, and it was hard for them to help with our rotations and all that. So. And then the 3 just running and rotate in transition. Obviously, that's also a big emphasis for us, playing fast and getting those easy points and stealing points like that.
To our right.
Cam Lemons, Deacon Digest. Trey, in the first half, I think you got 2 fouls pretty quickly, and then in the second half in overtime, didn't really have much foul trouble. Was there something at halftime that Steve had said to you guys just about how much the fouls were just racking up?
Yeah, just play smart. We know how many fouls we have, so just go in and just play smart. Play with verticality. That's all, and it pretty much helped me in this second half in the overtime, just playing vertical.
Front left.
Dan Tortora, wakeupcalldt.com. Miles, just not only in those first couple possessions of overtime, but just how you took over at the end of regulation and what you saw from your own game and picking your spots.
I think just letting the game come to me. Obviously, I think my best games, I've let the game come to me and not forcing things and not predetermining my movements and my actions. So I think that was really big for me. Just obviously moving the ball. I know I got a couple rebounds in the first half. I think I had like 5. So I think that was big for me just to get on the boards and get a feel for the ball. I think that's really when I play my best game, when I get a feel for the ball early. Don't settle, don't predetermine my shots like that, like I said. So. And staying when I think my first shot, it wasn't really a great shot, spanked off the backboard. So I think it was just staying with it and, being confident in my game.
To our right.
Alex Zetlow with the Charlotte Observer. I would love for both players to answer this. What did you say to Juke? What did you see from Juke in today's game? And what does it say about the team for y'all to prevail even when he kind of struggled tonight?
I told him just stay in it. His shot's going to fall. We pretty much would tell him that the entire game. His shot's going to fall. Just don't get out the game. His shots wasn't falling in the first half, but, he still helped us in great ways. He was a great screener. So his screens helped us get open shots. And, so.
To piggyback off that, I think obviously, just telling him to keep shooting the ball, stay aggressive, obviously one of the best scorers in the country. So I think it's just, for him to not shoot the ball, I think that was put us at a disadvantage. So he just kept his head up and, obviously he hit a big shot in the overtime. So I think that was really big for us. And, he's a game changer. So, yeah, it really helped us.
Any other questions for the 2 players? Okay, guys, you can join your friends in the back of the room.
Slappies.
All right, questions for Coach.
Yeah.
Sorry,
right.
my bad.
Cam Lemons, Deacon Digest. Steve, since Nate went down against Pitt, I know you've had some kind of tumultuous issues at point guard back and forth between Seb and Isaac. What's Seb's growth been since about a month and a half ago?
Just a lot more comfortable, a lot more confident in what I think, running the team, picking and choosing his spots when to score and distributing. And I think also, too, me probably giving him more rope and more confidence, and it's hard when you're coming off the bench. It's hard when you're a pinch hitter in baseball. Here we go, right? You got to come up and get a hit. And when you come off the bench, if you don't play well right away, sometimes you don't have a lot of rope. And I think he's been able to play through his mistakes. I think that's been really important for him. And, I think Isaac's done unbelievable too. Just, we got the chance to play Nate, today, and it was great to have him out there. And, I think he got a little sore, and I think we were switching a lot. We didn't switch much at all in our last game against them. We were switching almost 1 through 4, 1 through 5 constantly. And he was having a hard time going laterally to defend Hammonds, and Hammonds is a good player. And he actually told me, I'm hurting the team. And I'm like, well, no, you're not. You just made a 3 in the corner, But, I think Seb. And, the last play, when you got the N1, so many times you bang a time out there late in the shot clock and you don't get a good shot, man. And I could see the floor was broken, and he needed to get – and our guys know to get downhill, and he did, and he made a great play. And so I'm real proud of him for that and then making those free throws.
Steve, your games against them were the highest turnover percentage they've had all year and the lowest turnover percentage. How important was the first half, forcing 10 and kind of turn it into that game?
I mean, considering they had the NCAA record offensive rebounds in the first half, they had 21 for the game. I mean, it's ridiculous. I thought it was huge. I thought it kept us in the game. Really, truthfully, had they not offensive rebounded the ball in the first half, we'd have had a pretty good lead. I thought we played pretty well, except for that, and it's a big thing. So, yes, I haven't turned them over 13 times. That's only 9. And then, we had 15 assists, too. And so we were getting downhill, but we were getting some assisted baskets. I thought, we had, what did we have, a 5-point lead in the regulation? We had 2 empty possessions. Man, we were trying to get Juke the ball. I couldn't get to it. It's physical off the ball. And I think, Trey turned one over, right? Is that right? Late in regulation. I'm rambling now. And then there was I can't remember another play, but yeah, that was earlier though. But I just didn't feel like, Mackay kind of shot a side step 3. We needed a better possession in regulation. But credit to Virginia Tech for guarding them. Sorry, I rambled.
Steve, I wanted to ask about Nate as well. His first offensive possession, he hits a 3, and he smiles to his parents or whoever was behind him. It seemed like a pretty emotional moment. Can you take me through that play and then also just talk about his resilience and his toughness and everything that's gotten here?
I mean, I don't really remember the play exactly. I just remember he banged a 3, and he's been shooting it like that since he's been back. You think about he got hurt against Pitt, right? 10 minutes into the game, he had 10 points. He went down. I didn't know he was hurt. I'm screaming at the assistant coaches, get him back in the game. They said he's out. Not only was he out for a hell of a long time, right? And then he comes back. He works so hard, gets back, plays against Boston College, and he got 5 points in 5 minutes and sprains his other ankle. I mean, he's a senior. That sucks, And so I thought he was done for the year. But then the swelling went down, and he worked, and now he's back playing again. There's nothing better than that. And he's a great guy, a great teammate. Players love him, and he makes us better. I forgot what it was like to have him as a player. I mean, I think I went 11 games without him, and so I was like, oh, man, he's fast. God, he throws good passes, So I'm happy for him. And then to have the maturity, like, he got beat a couple times there in the early second half. Hammond got cooking, and he's like, Coach, I can't keep him in front of me. And I was like, don't worry about it. We got you, And so, good kid, man. Proud of him.
Coach, so what to do after an overtime win like this? What does the next 24 hours look like for recovery, and what's it going to take to beat Clemson again tomorrow?
Well, we'll have to score one more point than them to beat them. I think right now it's fresh legs, clear mind. So we've played Clemson a lot, only once this year, but we played Mike 3 times. We know what they're going to do, right? And they know what we're going to do. We've got to come out and play hard and execute. So how do you do that? Well, you get some rest. You get some rest. Maybe back in the old days, I'd have went back and had a walk through and, watch film. No, we're going to bed, right? We'll get up in the morning. We'll watch some film. There's a lot of overkill in coaching. Sometimes more is less is more, and we'll be ready. We're playing on house money, right? No pressure, play, and I could see the pressure on the other team because I've been there 4 times. It stinks, and so we're just playing. We've been playing like this for about a month now, though. I think ever since Louisville, we lost them by 5 at home. I felt like we played pretty well, except maybe 1 or 2 games, and so we'll just go back, get something to eat, lay down. Players will probably play some video games. I don't know, and we'll get up and play tomorrow.
Last question.
Steve Juke was obviously frustrated with the physicality that he was dealing with. How do you keep him to be level-headed while also trying to get those calls?
Well, I got to have his back, which I tried. I was very animated at times. But at the end of the day, he's got to play through it. And I think that's one of the greatest things he's done all year. And you and I have had this conversation about how he gets everybody's best effort at the top of the scouting report. And let's just be honest, there's a lot of grabbing and holding. Right, I think the game needs. I think we've done a really good job cleaning up the on the ball, physicality, fouling. I think we got to look at cleaning up off the ball. And that was my biggest thing was I'm trying to get him the ball, trying to get him to catch. And he got frustrated a little bit, but he plays through that kind of thing. He's young, he's competitive, he wants to win. And so. He'll be fine. It's not going to be the last time. As long as he's got a Wake Forest jersey on, I'm sure he's gonna get a lot of attention.
Okay, thanks, Coach.
All right, thank you.